Two today here at George Smells Field in Lee Sage, West Virginia. We're here on the banks of the Ohio River for our next matchup, which is against the West Virginia Baseball Club Hounds versus the Jackson Ironmen. I'm Josh Early, and with me today I got Coach Eric Fetty. Coach, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Should see a pretty good ball game here. Jackson comes in with a 10-3 record. Looks like it's the first time they've ventured across the border. All their games have been against other Ohio teams. But two good ball clubs with two really good winning percentages. So should see some more good baseball here.
Yeah, the pitcher for this game is Maddox Carl, who wears number 3. And Carson Thompson starts us off with a hit, third base. And he makes the throw and is out at first.
One pitch, one out. Don't get much better than that.
So if you joined us the first game, the lineup's not much different for this one. We do have a few changes, but Carson Thompson is leading us off. And now we have Tucker McClintock. He fouls this one off. He's got a chance not out of play.
Starting him off there with a breaking ball.
Yeah, McClintock is a starting pitcher for this game. He played shortstop in the first game with us today. If you're just joining us, we ended our first game. Hounds beat the Irish 4-0, and we will see the Irish again here in a few.
Way inside the fastball there. 1-1, evens the count up.
McClintock is power hitter.
Fastball right down the middle. Pitcher gets ahead. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Count back even 2-2. Misses low and away there.
Yeah, catcher for this game is number 14, Nash Rosler.
Fouls it back. Count remains 2-2. Misses outside there, takes count full.
So you got 1 out.
Mentioned our catcher. He just looks like he got a good, real good arm. Throw down to second, and you can tell he really commands the team.
That one's fouled off as well. They look like it's also out of play. Hits the dugout over on the first base side.
Count's going to be full here, 1 out. This is up and in with a fastball.
Great at bat there, Tucker. That brings Jake Casto to the plate. Casto has had some good hits today. Had a big triple, stand-up triple in the first game.
Seeing the ball really well right now. Interested to see what we do here on the base pass. Just missed that pitch down. 1-0.
McClintock on first. Casto at the plate, 1 out. Here in the top of the first. Being pretty conservative over there at first with 1 out. A little look there, fake. No throw to first. Calls that a ball. Throw is to the outfield. but center fielder's there to back it up. Center fielder's Drew Williams, number 4. Gets it back into the pitcher.
That last pitch takes us to 2-1. Jake's sitting dead red on a fastball here.
That one gets away from the catcher. Runner goes to third. That'll move McClintock to third base. Casto's still at the plate. 3-1.
Pitcher's going to have to come to him here at the fastball. Way behind in the count. He missed. Down and in. Jake's going to take his base. Puts runners on the corners for the West Virginia Baseball Club.
Catcher gives some signs there. Brings up Chase Mays, number 36. It's our cleanup batter for the Hounds. Fake there.
Caught Casto leaning a little bit, but
Yeah,
he held on to the ball.
We didn't see much of that in the first game. Outside pitch. Oh, he's out.
Looks like there might have been a miscommunication there between the coaches and Casto. Not really sure what happened there.
He gets the out at second. Pretty easily. Didn't slide in there. Good throw. Tags him out.
Two balls, one strike. That pitch caught the bottom part of the zone there. Misses up. 3-1. Last two batters had favorable hitters counts.
Yeah.
Gets that one over for a strike. Take count full.
Got him.
Yeah, really. These kids get these 3-1 counts, and a lot of times as a coach, you play it safe and want to have them take.
Yeah.
You're kind of taking the bat out of their hands a little bit. You give them that one shot, like the pitcher gets it over, and then the count goes full. And now you got one shot to make up for it. I don't know, with runners on base, sometimes I say turn them loose.
Yeah.
Let the kids hit.
Yeah, I agree. You go back to that stolen base there. It looked like after that first play, you knew they were going to be aggressive there on the mound.
Yeah.
And they got caught.
Yeah. And it kind of looked like a miscommunication because the runner on third never, he didn't even try to come home or anything. So.
Yeah, so Carl gets out of the inning, leaves one stranded there, and there's no score. And
defensively for the West Virginia Baseball Club, Tucker McClintock's going to be doing the pitching. Jaden Smith doing the catching. Third base, we got Luke Fetty. Shortstop is going to be Jake Casto. Second baseman, Cohen Christian. And on first base, we got Xander Brumfield. Who we got in the outfield there, Josh?
It looks like your center fielder is Carson Thompson. Got Chase Mays in left and Maddox Early in right. I'm sorry, that is. I get these confused all the time. That is Canyon Atkins.
It's hard to tell him and Canyon apart when they're out there.
Yeah, they wear the same style pants, and today they got the same color sleeves on. So that is Canyon Atkins in right field. see the Ironmen for the first time at the plate. They're going to start off with their center fielder, number 4, Drew Williams.
Coming to bat for the Jackson Ironmen, number 4, Drew Williams.
Williams bats from the left side here. Steps in.
McClintock on the mound.
Well,
He
not
gets
the
him
start you wanted to see.
Now he
Skips
bounced.
one in there. Hits Drew Williams in the foot.
And that brings up the catcher, number 14, Nash Rosler, right-handed hitter.
First pitch, he's taken off.
Smith throws. Not in time. Runner advances to second. One 0 to the batter here.
Squares the bunt. Pulls it back. Ball misses outside. Take the count to 2-0. Misses outside again. Take the count to 3-0. Looks like they're going to turn the batter loose here on that 3-0 count. Takes that fastball down the middle, though. Takes the count 3-1.
Yeah, similar to what you're talking about there between the innings. A 3-1 count here. See what they do.
Misses outside for ball 4. Puts first 2 runners on base.
Coming up to bat, number 3, Maddox Carl.
And that brings up the pitcher, Maddox Carl, number 3. So we got 6 pitches so far, 1 strike. Sam McClintock looks to rebound here. Runners on first and second.
Batter's looking down to get a signal from the coach. Big lead out there at first base. Well, it's not holding the runner on. Squares the bunt. Pulls it back. Step off and fake the throw to second. Trying to keep the runners close. Ball bounces in front of the plate for ball 1. The ball is down in the zone for ball 2.
And we got a timeout here by the Hounds. Coach Baldwin is coming out, bringing Cruz Smith out. Want to make a change.
Looks like Smith's going to go to first base and Brumfield's going to go in to get loose. More than likely, as soon as he gets loosened up, we'll see Xander take the mound. Zach's going to buy a little time here talking to the pitcher. And
so, as a coach here, what is it you're trying to convey to your pitcher here?
yeah, just you're trying to instill a little confidence in him, and don't worry about the runners, don't worry about what's happened. Let's just focus on pitching to contact. Let's just not try to do too much. Let's just try to throw a strike here.
There's a hit.
Yeah.
Out of play.
It's a great pitch there by McClintock. We'll talk. We'll settle him down a little bit.
Yeah.
sometimes, especially at this age, you know, kids tend to always want to try to make that perfect pitch. Try to do a little too much. 2 great pitches back to back by McClintock now. Takes the count to 2-2.
It's pitcher Carl at the plate. Runners on first and second.
Real good pitch.
Got him looking.
Yep, got him looking for the first out of the inning.
That brings up the first baseman, number 29, Abe Reynolds. So now we got 1 out. Runners on first and second.
Outfield's moving back a little bit. Missed out with that one. Takes the count to 1-0. You really want to try to even it up here. You don't want to get too far behind a big power hitter like this, especially the runners on base. Clinic steps off, try to keep the runners close. Looks in, gets his signal. So foul ball there off the umpire's shoulder. He's going to feel that one later. That one got away from Jaden Smith to the backstop. Runners move up to second, third. Count sitting at 2-1, 1 out.
Clintic has 15 pitches. There's 1 out.
That one just caught the outside corner there. Takes the count to 2-2. Batter chokes up a little bit. Looking to choke and poke right here. Get something over the plate. Ooh, the hook.
A lot of movement on that pitch.
Yeah, that was a good pitch right there. A lot of horizontal and vertical break on that one.
Yeah, that
Catches him looking.
That brings up the second baseman, number 33, Cruz Kuhn.
Another hook. Got him swinging. He tried to hold up and check it.
He wanted that one. 2 outs. Runners on second and third. 0-1 the count. Fouls that one off.
Beating with the fastball there. 0-2, 2 outs. Runners on second and third.
Catcher sets up outside. Trying to get him to swing, but no luck.
That lead that they're getting at second base. He's almost halfway to third.
Comes off. Fakes the throw here.
Misses out with that one. Takes the count to 2-2. Putting this guy on, is not the end of the world. Keeps the force back in order.
Yeah.
But also like to get him here, get out of the inning.
Oh, he swung, but the ball gets away from the catcher, and he'll reach easily at first. curveball there.
Couldn't have had a worse situation right there. Just made a great pitch, but looked like the ball might have hit the plate.
Yeah.
Flush. Bounced way up, got away from the catcher. Batter advances to second. Runner scores.
Yeah, that brings up number 9, who's the shortstop, Ace Hickey.
Definitely not the way you would have drawn it up.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a little confusion there between what they were going to do there with that call.
Yeah.
They faked the throw to second, and it kind of.
Gets that one over for a strike. Evens up to count 1-1.
Ironmen have a 1-0 lead. 2 outs. We got runners on second and third.
He checks that swing. Holds up on the high fastball. Takes the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs. This is outside with that one. Takes the count to 3-1. A lot of pitches in this half inning.
Yeah, McClintock's at 25.
Batter calls time, steps out of the box. Batters have had favorable counts all day so far. A lot of 3-1. Gets him to swing at the inside fastball there. Runs the count full. Two-strike approach, you heard the coach say, and kid's going to choke up about an inch there on the bat. Got him with the hook.
Got him. And that'll do it for the first inning. Ironmen come away with a 1-run lead. 27 pitches by McClintock there, and minimal damage, really. If you look at how many base runners they had, and
for not a ball not be put in play, and only give up 1. I think they got to consider themselves fortunate on that. They dodged a bullet.
Yeah, we got some conference here. It looked like base coach was talking to Casto there as he came off, and then Coach Tyler over there talking to McClintock. But we'll go to the top of the second. Carl comes back out. Maddox Carl, the pitcher for the Jackson Ironmen. They're halfway through the lineup for the Hounds. You'll see Brumfield, Canyon Adkins, Coe, and Christian be your first 3.
Fun fact, I bet you didn't know this, Josh.
Yeah.
Jackson, Ohio is called the Little Wales of Ohio.
I did not know that.
Due to its rich Welsh history, featuring the 4th largest Welsh population in Ohio. How about that?
Wow. Who do you think number 1 is?
I'm probably going to go Cleveland, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yep, Cleveland. That's a good guess. Yeah, Jackson's not too far from here. We're just right here close to the Ohio River here in West Virginia today. Top of second inning. The Ironmen are the home team and the Hounds are the visitors.
At bat for the West Virginia Baseball Club, number 1, Xander Brumfield.
Brumfield sees ball 1 there. Steps back in the box. Pitch misses up and in for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
He hits it. Third base gets through. That goes to left field. Brumfield reaches easily. And so we got a leadoff single. That brings up the right fielder, Canyon Adkins. Top of the second, we got no outs. Runner on first. Adkins to the plate.
Canyon squared around there to lay one down and pulled it back pretty quickly.
Taking no chances at first. He's diving in head first. As the Ironmen establish first inning, they're going to hold them very tight on the bases.
Squares the bunt again, but the pitch is down in the zone. 2 balls, no strikes.
Coach Baldwin gives the sign. Runner goes. Brumfield. In time, yes. Safe. Safe at second. Cruz Kuhn with the catch there at second.
2 balls, 1 strike to Atkins. Runner on second. Nobody out. Canyon gets his sign from Coach Baldwin. Squares around again, pulls it back. Ball's out of the zone there. Takes the count to 3-1. Gotta imagine they're probably gonna have Canyon take here. Squares again. Ball's outside the zone for ball 4. Runners on first and second. And then steps the lefty, Cohen Christian.
Cohen's a right-handed thrower, but he bats left. For many years, Little League leadoff batter. I said earlier in the first game, he's sneaky good. He can get on base multiple ways. Lays a bunt down. And the throw to first is not in time, and he's safe.
He couldn't have put that ball in a better place, Josh. Just rolls it right down the third base line there.
Yeah, the pitcher comes in and makes the throw there.
Got a perfect amount of speed on it. Just really good bunt.
So bases loaded, no outs. And in steps third baseman, Luke Fetty.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
The sun's come back out. We got no wind. Maybe a light breeze. He gets it right past the third baseman to left field. Brumfield scores. The rest hold. And that's an RBI single for your third baseman, Luke Fetty.
Bases stay loaded here for early steps in the box.
Now, Maddox told me this week his favorite thing to do right now is hitting. He's feeling really, really good about it.
It comes as a surprise as good as he pitched last game.
He got it. It's up in the air. Center fielder.
It's going to be trouble.
Second baseman makes the catch. Lands.
Just got under that a little bit, and the wind hung it up there.
It was just out of the infield. Runners hold.
Now batting for the West Virginia Baseball Club, number 19.
That gives 1 out. Tie game, 1 apiece. And in steps the catcher, number 19, Jaden Smith. Smith has a big bat here.
This is outside for ball 1.
Bases loaded. Maddox Carl goes to work.
Swing and a miss. Evens up the count, 1-1.
You can tell this team is a disciplined team. They're all moving every pitch. Everyone knows where they got to be.
No doubt about that, Josh. Well coached, you can tell. Jaden fouls that one off. Make the count 1 and 2.
Got just a piece of it. Again, there's 1 out. Bases loaded. Tie game, 1-1. Top of the second. Catcher at the plate, Jaden Smith.
This is inside there. Evens up the count at 2 and 2. That ball misses outside. It's going to run the count full. I think that Jaden's probably sitting dead red here for a fastball. Runners take their lead. He got the fastball he wanted. Just a little down, a little sink action on it. Swing and a miss for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, that brings up your first baseman, number 2, Cruz Smith. Looks to get back on track here. Struggled a little bit in the first game, but typically a great hitter.
Fouls that one straight back. 1. Big hit right here, busts this game wide open. Quite a bit of speed out there on the base pass.
He gets it
And he
right
gets
past the shortstop, into left field, past the left fielder. 1 run scores. Christian comes through and scores. The ball's just being thrown in. Fetty will also score. Stand-up double for Cruz Smith.
Cruiser the bruiser clears the bases with a stand-up double.
That left fielder was playing in. I don't think he realized the power there.
Just misjudged that ball just a slight bit, and it rolls almost to the wall there.
That makes it 4-1 Hounds. That brings up Ely.
Ball misses up in the zone for ball 1.
So 2 outs, runner on second. He pops this one up, and it's
Foul ground.
Ah,
Lots of foul ground to cover here.
yeah.
George Smell Stadium.
Rosler had a chance there, but he didn't catch the ball as soon as he popped up, and so it was just out of reach.
Ryland taking a slow walk back down to home plate, thinking about what he's got to do here. Try to get this run in from second. Steps back in the box. 1-1 count. 2 outs. Ooh, fastball way in.
Way in. He had to get it.
Rushed him back off the plate. Runs the count to 2-1. Chases that pitch a little up in the zone.
Yeah, he's got 2 on him now. He's 2-2 count, 2 outs. Top of the second. Rung him up.
Ooh, watch for strike 3, but West Virginia Baseball Club gets a 4 spot there.
Great hit by Cruz Smith. He said struggled in the first game today. I think maybe a little down on himself,
Yeah.
but solid
Clutch hit.
hit right there.
Clears the bases, 3 RBIs. Just what we needed at the right time.
That's right. We'll see who comes back out here. We got, you can tell the mood's changed a little bit. Lots of smiles as they run back out on the field.
Looks like defensively, we're going to stay the same. Looks like McClintock's going to come back out and throw some more here.
Yeah, he seemed to get on track there as that inning went along. So comes out here with a fresh start in the second inning.
Continue with Cruz at first, keeping Xander close there in reserve. Probably be our next pitcher we see for the West Virginia Baseball Club. Looks like we got number 18 leading us off here for Jackson.
Yeah, number 18 is Maddox Hatton, right fielder. You'll also see the left fielder Owen King and third baseman Tanner Ruckle.
Coming to bat for the Jackson Ironmen, number 18, Maddox Hatton.
Ironmen, that's a great name.
Oh, one of the very rare nicknames. You don't hear that, or mascots. You don't hear that a lot. Just kind of spells toughness. Oh, just missed with the hook there. Batter totally gave up on it. That evens the count at 1-1. That went off the umpire's face. He's got a hard head. He'll handle it.
McClintock seems to have really settled in here.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Leadoff batter. Misses outside there. Counts at 2-2. Misses. Didn't quite get the rotation he needed on that breaking ball. Worked behind the batter there to take the count full.
Yeah, both of those breaking balls have come right in at the batter's head, but
comes right back. Gets a swing and a miss.
Great follow-up there.
Now up to bat, number 8, Owen King.
Brings up Owen King, the left fielder. 1 out now. Bottom of the second inning. Hounds lead 4-1.
Ooh, starts him out with a curveball.
Oh, you got that one right down the middle.
Ooh, another one for 2.
He is, yeah.
I like that strategy. You know, sometimes it's pitch backwards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so probably pretty good chance we see something out of the zone right here.
Ooh.
That was definitely out of the zone.
Got his helmet.
Right in his ear. Batter looks to be okay. Putting the helmet back on. Jogging down to first.
Well, honestly, there was a couple pitches to the first batter that looked. That's the way they looked. It just that one didn't move at all.
Just kind of got away from Tucker there.
Yeah, he got a runner on with 1 out. Seems to be unaffected.
Batter's taking a second there down first base to gather himself and put his oven mitt on. What's your thoughts on the oven mitt, Josh?
Well, I can remember.
You a fan?
I guess it's fine. A couple years ago, I remember coaching a little league team with first base, and I had about 10 of them in my back pocket. So.
Yeah, I don't know. We played baseball for years without them. I don't really get it. But yeah.
Yeah, he got a hit.
That's
just out of. Yep.
Smith makes a play there in foul ground.
Just outside that line.
Now coming back, number 4, Drew Williams.
2 outs. Runner on first. Lefty steps in.
Yeah,
back to the leadoff.
Leadoff batter.
Leadoff batter.
4. Center fielder Drew Williams. Runner goes. No throw.
Yeah, pitch was outside, kind of crossed up Jaden there. I think he was expecting something on the inner half. Just had no chance to get a throw off on that one.
Williams was walked in the first inning. We got 2 outs. Runner on second.
It's important to try to keep that runner close there. Don't want him getting too big of a head start here.
This is inside, gets away from the catcher. He loses the ball for a second. Runner goes to third. Pitcher covers home. Nothing hurt.
Didn't hear a whole lot of communication there between the Hounds, trying to help the catcher out and find that baseball.
Yeah, it kind of went off of his foot there on his right foot and bounced straight up in the air. Another one of those off-speed curve balls, and then when it hit the ground, it just took off towards the first base dugout.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third. Misses outside there. Run the count 3-0. Gets that one over for a strike. Catches the inside portion of the plate. Takes the count to 3-1.
And you got Owen King on third. And he walks Williams.
Misses down and in. Leadoff batter on first. You got to think he's probably going first pitch. First and third situation here.
Yeah, that brings up the catcher, Nash Rosler.
Might be a good opportunity here for a little pitch out. Try to take the out at second. Get out of the inning. See what they do here.
Yep. Rosler also walked in the first inning.
Looks like they're just going to concede that second base and try to get the batter here. Starting out with a strike on the inner half of the plate. Got the curveball to get over. Got the inside corner of the plate.
Nasty pitch.
0-2. 0-2, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Batter chokes up about an inch on the bat there. 2-strike approach. Gets another curveball. Misses inside.
That was close.
Was close. It was not too far off where that last pitch was. Just didn't quite break enough. Batter's choked up. Just trying to make something happen here. Ball misses outside. Takes her count to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and 2 runners on. In the second. Deuce is wild.
That's right. He gets it back in play.
Little ground ball to short.
Jake Casto with the throw.
Got
him. Just the ball went right over the pitcher's mound. Casto comes in at short to make the throw to first. And the Hounds hold a 4-1 lead. As we go to the top of the third, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back here in just a minute.
Coming to bat for the West Virginia Baseball Club, we have number 21, Carson Thompson.
All right, welcome back here in Lee Sage, West Virginia, where we're following the West Virginia Hounds and the Jackson Ironmen.
That ball misses up and in.
Starting the third inning, we got Carson Thompson at the plate, starting center fielder. Pops that one up.
It's going to be out of play.
Starting pitcher for the Ironmen is Maddox Carl.
This is way inside on that one. Runs the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Carl's at 47 pitches as we're here in the top of the third.
That ball misses up. Thompson steps back in with a 3-1 count. And he's going to take his free pass down to first base.
Coming to bat, number 14, Tucker McClintock.
Next up for the Hounds, you got the starting pitcher, number 14, Tucker McClintock. Thompson takes a lead at first. And he goes.
Oh.
He got him. He got him with the throw.
That throw couldn't have been in a better spot. It was a little bit errant to the bag, but actually just right on Carson's back.
Yes. And Carson's one of the faster kids on the team.
You know, hard call for the umpire to make. Only one umpire calling it behind the plate, but the ball did beat him to the bag. And usually when that happens, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get that call.
He gets a hit. Left field. It's getting down. At least a double.
Ball's rolling to the track, all the way to the
He's
wall.
going. It's going to be close. He misses the throw, misses the cutoff man, and easily reaches third. Big hit for McClintock. The wind's blowing in right to left, and it just kind of carried it to that back corner. Gets past the left fielder.
As a coach, now you're kind of sitting there.
Right down the right field line. Still rolling. McClintock scores. Casto to second. He's going to third. First baseman with the ball. Easily reaches third.
Casto just trades places with McClintock. He snuck that ball just right inside the line.
It was screaming down the first base line. Right past the first baseman. Had no chance. Right over the base for a stand-up triple there. Casto stays hot. That brings up number 36, Chase Mays. Got a little conference on the mound. The catcher goes out. Has a little communication there. Try to get back on track. And Carl goes back to work.
This is outside there with ball one.
Casto on third. We have one out. And Carson Thompson got caught stealing second. Ball gets away. Runner goes. Casto. Ball's thrown over the pitcher, and he's easily safe.
Gets there in plenty of time. Yeah, what I was going to say earlier, Josh, is, after Tucker gets that big hit and gets all the way around the third, as a coach, you might second guess yourself a little bit about being that aggressive, and you would have left Carson alone. There's a run.
Yeah.
But you live by it, you die by it.
Yep.
That ball misses up for ball three.
So nobody on. Hounds lead 6-1. 3-0 count.
That ball just catches the outside corner. Just does get a piece of that one. Counts full. Full count, one out. Nobody on. Runs a fastball in on his hands, and Chase goes down swinging.
Coming up to bat for the West Virginia Baseball Club, number 1, Xander Brumfield.
That brings up Xander Brumfield, number 1. Gets that one to center field. And they make the play.
Yeah, Xander he hung a curveball right over the middle of the plate. He gave it a great ride out there to center field. But center fielder was camped out there under it, and it's going to take us to the bottom. Is that right?
Yeah, bottom of the third.
Bottom of the third.
Looks
like McClintock's coming out to throw another one.
That was Drew Williams out there in center field, make the play, and we'll go here at the bottom of the third. Hounds lead 6-1. Again, we're doing 5 innings in this game. Looks like everyone's going to hold same spots. So we saw this last inning with McClintock. He's really settled in. He's got pretty good control of his curveball. Maybe one or two misses.
Just needed a few batters there at the beginning of the game just to work through some kinks.
Guy Cruz Smith at first, Cohen Christian at second, Jake Castos at shortstop, Luke Fetty at third, Jaden Smith behind the plate, Carson Thompson still at center, Kenyon Atkins in right field, and Chase Mays is left. That brings up the pitcher, Maddox Carl. He's had a good game so far. He's around 50 pitches, I believe.
With these games today only being a 5-inning games, you'd think pressure's starting to mount a little bit on the Ironmen, being down 5. Feeling like they got to do something. Got to get a little something going here. Got to start chipping away at it.
Well, they're toward the top of their lineup here. They got a chance.
I think that counts 3-0 to the batter.
Yeah, you got Carl, Reynolds, and Kuhn. So it's third, fourth, and fifth batters.
And that's ball 4. Not ball 4. That's ball 3. Missed a strike in there somewhere.
Yeah. There's a hit to first baseman. Cruz Smith with the play. Easily out. He hit right to him, Coach.
Yeah, Cruz didn't have to move much for that one. But great play, keeping everything in front of him.
That brings up the first baseman for the Ironmen, Abe Reynolds.
One of the marks of a good team is for the routine to stay routine.
That's right.
And, with this squad, they do a really good job of making those routine plays, not letting those eat them up. Misses outside there for a ball to take the count to 1-1. If you make the routine and then make a few wow plays, usually you're going to have a pretty good result. Misses with the curveball down. It's going to run the count 2-1. Ooh, just missed with that one. Down in the zone. Looked like it over the outside corner. Just a little bit down.
That one gets away. That's ball 4.
Just holding on to the ball a little too long. He's getting a little off center there. If you look at it, where he's landing on the mound, just carrying everything outside. He's got to stay in his hallway. Do a little better job staying in his hallway. He'll be fine.
So Reynolds goes to first, and that brings up the second baseman, Cruz Kuhn. But before that, we got another timeout. Coach Baldwin with a mound visit. Xander Brumfields seems to be content for now. No changes. Having a conversation.
Yes. Zach's trying to lighten the mood there. You can see Tucker smiling, having a little laugh. Just trying to loosen him up a little bit. That's a good job of Coach Baldwin coming out there, just kind of break up that tension. You got a 5-run lead. Pitch like it. That's probably what he's telling him.
Yeah.
Pitch like you got a 5-run lead. Don't be afraid to pitch to a little contact and let your defense work behind you. He's got a great defense behind him.
Yeah, we saw that in the first game.
Yeah.
Pitch to contact. There was a lot of plays made in the field.
Yeah, it's just hard. The kids this age, they think everything's got to be a strikeout, and it's every pitch has got to be that perfect pitch. And
so Kuhn comes in, shows bunt.
Fetty charges, pulls it back. McClendon gets it over for strike one.
We got a pinch runner on first. They brought in Brennan Cannon.
Definitely.
And
Jay.
throws down.
It's not something you see every day. I want you to pay close attention when the batter steps back in. His hands, he's got a little bit of daylight between his hands. You don't see that very often.
Oh, yeah.
That ball brushes him back off the plate. Inside, take the count to 2-1. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He hits that one towards the third base coach. Foul.
Pinch runner, he's going with his oven mitt. He's got his too there.
Yeah, looks like they're red though. They
Yeah.
look like they all have the same
At least
ones.
they're color coordinated, right?
Yeah, that's Brendan Cannon over there, pinch running for the first baseman Reynolds.
Ooh,
Got him.
Got him with the hook.
That's 2 outs as Kuhn gets retired there. Clinton goes to 60 pitches, and that'll bring in number 9, Ace Hickey.
2 outs. I'd say there's a pretty good chance the coach is going to try to get this runner moving here. Try to get him in scoring position. Looks like he's got him an extra step out there. Yeah, not yet. Tucker misses down low with ball 1. Throws over to first. Got back in plenty of time there.
Yeah, Cruz Smith over there to receive the ball.
Confident he can get back. He gets him another step. He's gone.
It's a strike, and it's over his head. Runner's safe at second.
Runner's asking for time. Umpire didn't quite see
Not
that.
sure that he got it. He got 1-1. That was a
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner's on second.
they have second baseman play the position.
Clinic steps off.
A little confusion there, but I think they got it figured out. That one's hit to third base. Fetty makes the throw, and he's out. Cruz Smith with the catch, and that will end the inning. So we go to the top of the 4th.
6-1. The good guys.
6-1. Perfectly played ball there. It was hit hard to third base, right at the base, and he makes the throw. The long throw over to first.
Looks like we got some changes for the Ironmen, Josh. Looks like we got the center fielder that's going to be moving to the pitcher's mound, number 4.
Yeah, Drew Williams is our new pitcher here as we move to the top of the 4th.
Looks like the last pitcher is going to move to third.
Yeah, so Carl goes to third. Looks like you got number 9, Hickey, still short. Second baseman is also the same with Cruz Kuhn, and first base 29, who is Abe Reynolds. Outfield.
Looks like number 8 is going to be in left.
Yeah, so he's left fielder. Owen King, center fielder.
17 and right.
Number 17, who is Tucker Ruckle. He was previously at third. And then your center fielder, can't quite make out the number. 18?
18.
And that would be Maddox Hatton, who was previously at right field. Oh, nope. Bringing out number 2. So Brennan Cannon, who pitch ran last inning, he's going to be your left fielder. And a catcher just threw down to second. You know he's got an arm. He's already threw out Carson Thompson, who's one of our fastest runners for the Hounds. But for this inning, sun comes out.
Got some good speed leading off the inning. Canyon Atkins, number 23.
Yeah, Canyon, I feel like they've rotated him a few times with Carson to lead off the number 1 spot. So no stranger to being leadoff man.
Swing and a miss, takes the count to 0-2.
Williams right down the middle with his fastball. Rung him up.
Catches the outside corner with that pitch. 3 pitches, 1 out.
Very effective so far. That brings up number 6, Cohen Christian.
Not real overpowering, but looks like he's going to be one that's just going to hit his spots and, stay right around the zone. Left that one up for ball 1.
Last at bat, Cohen laid down a perfect bunt.
Yeah, kind of got everything started there. Big inning for the Hounds. 2-0. Yeah, he wanted that one. He checked up, but it was still called a strike by home plate umpire Jackson Fetty. Yeah, that one caught the outer half of the plate for strike 2. Counts 2-2. Cohen getting some words of encouragement from his first base coach.
He's popped that one up.
Inside out, that one there.
Foul ball there. Out of play. Just over the third base side here.
More of a defensive swing there. You can tell he just really didn't want that pitch, but he knew he better swing at it.
Yeah.
At least try to foul it off.
Got it. Fouls that one off towards first base dugout.
That was a little breaking pitch. Broke right in on his hands. Looked good. Looked like it was going to be right down the middle, and a little late break on it. Cohen did a good job fighting that one off. Count remains 2-2. That one is up in the zone to run the count full.
Yeah, so top of the 4th, we got 1 out, full count. Cohen Christian at the plate. That one's down.
Ball down in the zone under the catcher's legs, and Cohen's going to trot on down to first.
Now up to bat, number 11.
Well, that brings up the third baseman, number 11, Luke Fetty.
Single to left his last time up. Had an RBI. That one's right at his head. Ducks down. It's out of the way for ball 1.
Williams on the mound. Hits that one straight to third base. And Cohen's off, and he gets the double play.
Third
Hits
baseman made a heck of a play on that ball.
line drive right to as he shakes his hand coming off. A hard hit ball directly to his glove. Cohen was about halfway between first and second and could not get back in time. So we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Hounds are leading 6-1.
Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Looks like Xander Brumfield is going to assume the duties for the Hounds. Looks like McClintock's day is done. He stands to be in line for the win. If the Hounds can hang on here these last couple innings. Looks like defensively, no changes.
You got Ely and right.
We got Ely going to right. Thompson goes to center.
Looks like that's it. Yeah.
Everything else stays the same.
Adkins is trotting back in. And you got Early warming up the left fielder. So ideally here you got 2 innings to go for the Hounds with Brumfield coming in. You're hoping that he can work through the 4th and the 5th inning here, I would think.
Yeah, I'd say that's the plan for him to come in, hopefully close things out. Tucker McClintock get the W.
Well, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters. So we got Maddox Hatton coming up for the Ironmen. He's a right fielder. Owen King. And then Tanner Ruckel will be the 3rd one. Then Brumfield on the mound. He's got a few different pitches. Fastball. He's got some off-speed stuff.
Does a pretty good job changing speed.
Number 1, Xander Brumfield.
Having the deep pitching staff is, it's a must when you play the amount of games that they play. And the Hounds played last night versus Huntington, and 2 here today, and then another one tomorrow. So, got plenty of horses, to get through a string of games like that.
Yep.
Fouls that one straight back. Evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, Maddox Hatton at the plate for the Ironmen.
Hatton really opens his stance up a lot. Closes it up right before the pitch comes.
Look like a check swing.
Yeah. Fouled that one out.
He's 0 for 1 on the day.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Got to keep this one in play. Umpire says he's out of baseballs.
Fouls that one off in.
Little breaking ball action. Brumfield, his breaking ball is not going to have a whole lot of horizontal movement. It's more of a vertical breaker. A little bit different than what we saw out of McClintock. Runs the fastball inside right there for strike 3. Swing and a miss.
Great pitch. Hits that up and in and makes it really hard for the batter to make contact. Looks like
Owen King stepping in.
No, you got a change here. It's number 2, Brennan Cannon, who played left field and pitch ran last inning.
Looks like the Marucci's his batter choice here.
Yeah, Cannon got to 3rd last time but was stranded. Pinch running for the first baseman, Abe Reynolds. It's his first at bat this game.
This is upstairs with a fastball. Evens the count 1-1. Interesting that the Hounds they use some newer technology here. The signals coming out of the dugout, the pitcher and the catcher are both wearing watches. That's how they're getting their signal and knowing what pitch to throw. And as Xander Brumfield rings up another one for strike 3.
Yeah, looked like third base coach thought that was 3 outs. He started making his way towards the dugout.
Where are you going? You in a hurry? 2 outs. In steps number 17.
Yeah, Tanner Ruckle.
Swing and a miss on first pitch there. Crossed
Just
Smith just a little bit there.
You're just joining us. The Hounds lead 6-1. Here at the bottom of the 4th, we got 2 outs.
Unseasonably cool day in May.
Ruckle is 0 for 1 on the day. Brumfield on the mound.
Chase that fastball upstairs. Run the count to 1 and 2. Catcher sets up outside. He paints that outside corner for strike 3.
Great pitch.
Catches Ruckles watching.
Yeah, I caught him looking there. That ends the inning. Brumfield has 13 pitches in that inning.
5-run lead, taking it into the top of the 5th. You got to think, though, that they want a little bit of insurance here before they come back out for what should be the Ironmen's last at bat.
Yeah, and Williams comes back out to pitch. It's like a lot, pretty much staying the same. They did move. Looks like they've moved a couple players possibly here in the outfield. Cannon goes to right, and you got Ruckle going to left. Infield stays the same. Starting pitcher is now at third base. Carl.
Early's going to lead off things for the Hounds.
Yeah, Early popped up with bases loaded the first at bat. I'm not sure. Do you know if we can end in a tie today? Is that the rules? Are we going to hard 5 or?
I'm not really sure. Let's get the assistant tournament director, Fred Francis, on here. Maybe we'll find out from him.
I believe today's rule state it's a hard 5, so we play to 5 and see what happens.
Oh, thanks, Fred.
Thanks, Fred.
Assistant tournament director, Fred Francis of the Irish Baseball Club. Coming in clutch for us there. Early steps into the box. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field.
Drew Williams on the mound.
Oh, first pitch brushes him back. Maddox hits the deck. 1-0. Hearing a lot of where it's coming from out of the dugout. Maddox says easy for you to say.
Yeah.
Count goes 2-0. Fouls that one straight back. Takes the count to 2-1.
Yeah, Williams has 14 pitches. He's in his second inning.
Another one straight back.
Got to hit a vehicle.
Counts 2-2. Early's being aggressive up at the plate here. Just getting under it a little bit. That one's down the dirt. Runs the count full. Here the base hit, ball fours from his base coach. It's a little reminder, stay aggressive here. That one runs inside on him there. Swing and a miss for out number 1 of the inning.
Now batting number 19, Jaden.
Well, that brings up the
Smith.
catcher, number 19, Jaden Smith. Hits that one up high. Infield, second baseman makes the play. That's 2 outs. Pops up the first pitch.
Now batting for the West Virginia Baseball Club, number 2, Cruz Smith.
Cruiser the Bruisers stepping in. Big hit last time out.
Yeah, big hit with bases loaded earlier in this game. There's a hit to third base. Third baseman makes the throw.
Nice little scoop over at first. Third baseman playing that hot corner pretty good. He's fielded 2 hard hit balls by Fetty and Smith today.
Yeah, that's the starting pitcher over there, Maddox Carl.
So Brumfield's coming back out to try to close this one out for the Hounds. Looks like our defense is going to stay exactly the same. Mays in left, Thompson in center, and Ely in right. Jaden's remain behind the plate once he gets dressed. Fetty on third, Casto on short, Christian on second, and Smith at first base.
Well, Ironmen will have a opportunity here. They go to the top of their lineup. You'll see Williams, Rosler, and Carl.
Yeah, as a coach, this is what you want. Top of your order up, down 5. You got to make some noise right here. Can't ask for much more. Like we were talking about before, he probably would have liked to chip away at it a little bit there last inning, maybe get a run or 2, make things a little bit easier for him here. But it's tall order.
Yeah.
Tall order to score 5 runs, 1 inning against a team that makes a lot of routine plays and doesn't get in a whole lot of trouble there on the pitcher's mound.
All right, well, bottom of the 5th. Drew Williams comes to the plate, left-handed batter.
Center fielder, pitcher.
Does it all.
Lots of speed on the base pass. It's a big out for the Hounds right here. You don't want this leadoff man to get on. Ooh, starts him out, pitching him backwards with the hook. Gets it over for strike 1. Comes back with a fastball right over the outer half of the plate. Williams finds himself down 0-2 quickly.
Yeah, he's walked first, both at bats. He was walked today so far.
That was a waste pitch there. Catcher set up another batter's box. Just seeing if we get him to chase. Count goes to 1-2.
Fouls that one off over the third base dugout.
Count remains 1-2. Batter chokes up a little bit.
Fouls that one
Fouls off another fastball. Fouls off 2 fastballs. You got to think the hook's coming.
Yeah. So
Fastball up. Takes the count to 2-2. Oh. There's the hook, but it just didn't quite get the break he needed.
It just
Stayed off the plate. Takes the count full.
Payoff pitch. Misses outside.
Just what you don't want to happen. You get the leadoff man aboard. Lots of speed.
Yeah, with that, Williams has reached first at every at bat. In this
It's what
game,
you want out of your leadoff man.
find a way.
Find a way to get on.
Down 1-2 there, and ends up finding a way. Brings up the catcher, number 14, Rosler. He was walked early. He's 0-1.
Runner takes off, and he's in second easily. Throw a little right of the bag there for Jaden.
Just over 20 pitches for Brumfield.
Left that one just a little up in the zone there, 1-1.
Shifting their center fielder to the right. Thompson. Ball
Batter
gets
checks
away.
the swing, gets away from the catcher. Runner's going to move up 90 feet. At this point, Josh, you just really got to dial in, focus on the batter. Don't let that runner bother you.
Yeah, that one run's not going to make a difference here.
No.
Just got to get these outs. 2-1 to Rosler.
Fouls that one straight back. Takes the count to 2-2. You got a pitch to mess with here a little bit. You try to paint a corner, maybe throw a breaking ball here. And ball's down, low and away. Takes the count full. One thing I'll say about these Ironmen, they really have a good team two-strike approach. You see every kid choke up on the bat when he gets 2 on him. He's just trying to get a ball put in play.
Yeah, he walks him. So runners on the corners. There's no outs. At the bottom of the 5th inning, Kenyon Adkins comes in the game at left field as we got a timeout. Coach Baldwin to the mound. Infield comes in.
So with that defensive substitution, we're going to see Chase Mays start getting loosened up in the bullpen. Threw a little bit last night against the Huntington Baseball Club. Threw pretty good. So if Brumfield does get in a little bit of trouble here, probably see Mays come in and try to close it out.
Yeah, amazing earlier. Going to warm up. We have no outs here. We're bottom of the 5th. Runners on the corners. Hounds hold a 6-1 lead over the Ironmen. And that brings up the pitcher, starting pitcher, Maddox Carl, who went 3 innings today. He's over 2 at the plate. And he throws that one to pretty far right there of second base. Shortstop Casto comes over, makes the catch. Runner scores. Rosler moves to second.
I think what the Hounds were wanting to do there, they're they were wanting to concede the second base, but they were really wanting to get that out of the plate. But the throw just took Casto way too far off the bag to be able to gather himself to come back and make that throw.
Yeah, if you could sneak, get it out there.
Now the run scores, got another runner in scoring position. Dangerous bat up to bat.
6-2.
3-0 count.
Much like we saw in the first inning, it's get base runners on. It's easy to get distracted and
Down 4, he's taking here. He's squaring the bunt, but he's not bunting. He's trying to distract the pitcher, and it works. And he heads down to first. Runners on first and second.
Now up to bat for Jackson, number 29, Abe Reynolds.
that brings up first baseman Abe Reynolds. Reynolds is 0 for 1, but has reached once on a walk. Fouls that one off. Hounds lead 6-2. You got no outs. Runners on second, first. If you're just joining us, this is the second game of the day, second of 3.
Misses upstairs for ball 1. Takes the count to 1-1.
Next game, we'll see Jackson Ironmen take on the Irish Ball Club.
Misses for ball 2. Beautiful facility over here. You know, for those that don't know, this used to be the former home of Marshall University for quite a while before they had their new stadium built. And now St. Joe High School and calls this home field, I believe, for their baseball and softball programs.
Yeah.
Fouls that one straight back. I can almost guarantee you this is probably, if not the nicest, one of the nicest single A West Virginia high school fields in the state. Swing and a miss.
He gets him swinging.
It's a big out right there. 4-hitter. Getting him to swing and miss on the breaking ball. Gets an out on the board.
That brings Kuhn up, second baseman. He's had a little success today. Got runners on first and second. 1 out. Pops that one up. He's got a chance at it. Just
out of
great effort.
Jaden's outstretched arms there.
Great effort by Smith there to get up, helmet off, and have a chance at getting that. Didn't really go too high. Lunges after the ball, just misses.
This is our batter there earlier. I was telling you, Josh, he's got the daylight between the hands. You don't see that very often. Hands are spread apart there. Probably not much more than a 1/4 inch, but it's not something you see very often with a back grip.
Yeah, Kuhn is 0 for 2 today.
This is outside there. Evens up the count 1-1. 1 down, runners first and second for the Ironmen. Down 4. Last inning, last bat. He checked his swing, and the umpire says he went. Takes it to 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Right on the outside corner. Painted that corner.
He knew it too.
Yeah, he knew it as soon as he threw it. He knew that was his pitch. And things starting to turn around here for the Hounds, starting to look a lot better. 2 outs now, up 4.
They
2
got
runners on.
Hickey coming in, shortstop. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Runners first and second, 2 outs. Hounds hold a 6-2 lead.
Yep. Got that one over for strike 1. Evens up the count 1-1. Sun comes out from behind the clouds. Yep, that's strike 2. Tell the batter he wanted it, but just was a little unsure. Just had a little talk with the umpire there, wondering where was that. Umpire said it was a strike. That's where it was at. Ooh, the
Got
hook.
him.
Got him. And that's the ball game.
That is the game. Watch third strike there. And the Hounds take this one 6-2. The Jackson Ironmen will play next against the Irish Baseball Club. But we saw a really good game here. It was close early. You could feel the tension. They were a bit of a struggle to start for McClintock, but he got back on track.
And I think the Hounds just have already playing a game.
Yeah.
And then it's sometimes it's hard to get up for that second one, and it just took them a minute to try to get in their rhythm. Once they did, they had one big inning. One big inning is all they needed. They pitched good. Not a whole lot of balls put in play.
No.
But
a couple big hits. They had Fetty had a big hit. Smith has one with bases loaded to score a couple runs there in the third.
Got what they needed when they needed it, right?
Yes, sir. So that'll do it for us. We next up, you'll have the Irish Baseball Club taking on the Jackson Ironmen, and that will be immediately after this at the same location. But
pleasure working with you today.
Yeah,
Josh.
you too, Coach. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully, we'll get to do it again sometime.